Hello, boys and girls, children of all ages. We're in Game 2 of the Link to the Past Ladder Casual Boots Invitational. I'm your host today. I'm Big Dunka. With me today is our resident giraffe, Herfy Durfy. How you doing today, Herf?
I'm doing great, thanks. How are you doing, Dunka?
Oh, wonderful. We've got a drink at our disposal.
Nice.
Makes it all the better. And yeah, we've got a exciting game 2 today.
Yeah.
Luffy, Hitsu, whatever you want to call him. We'll probably call him both today. Won yesterday, up 1-0 over Azder. That'll be on your right-hand side. Best of 3, so a win here would lock it up, and it would end this event. Otherwise, as we're the win, we'll take it to Game 3, which will be tomorrow, right around this time. So, what are you looking at today? What are you looking for today with a match like this?
Well, I mean, that's a good question. I think, on the one hand, if you're a Hitsu fan or rooting for Hitsu, you obviously want him to pull out the win, but the more exciting choice for, the viewers in general will probably be if Esther managed to equal it out and make it to Game 3 and, make it the final game.
Yeah, we've, I could say the event so far has been kind of ridiculous on some of these finishes. I'm thinking back to some of the earlier ones we had with, I think P-Train had 2 3-second finishes. Even that one was the final match of last week, which put him, which allowed Hitsu to actually make it in. Hitsu had won by 3 seconds. Lots of close matches. Kind of ridiculous. Even yesterday's match, which was an all dungeon seed, effectively. It was a pedestal seed. It looked like it was going one way, and wow, it turned around and went the other way in a hurry. So, been exciting matches, casual boots matches, generally pretty fast. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, I'm very curious, and no shade thrown at anyone, past or present participant or anything, but when you say ridiculous, I have to say, yeah, I've also seen some, let's call them ridiculous choices that you wouldn't normally see that somehow managed to pay off in some wondrous ways.
Let's put it mildly.
Yeah, it's I'm wondering what we're going to see today, because I have a feeling, both of these guys probably not what you, I'd say, how do I put this? Not what you would see in your standard fair rando match.
They like their skips. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
They do like their skips. We are off.
Off we go. Apparently Uncle knows where the bow is.
He's not going to tell, though.
Of course not.
So now we've got the 5-ish minutes of fun. The escape.
Everyone loves it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times this actually is, you gain some time over your opponents from time to time. Probably isn't going to be one of those times here where you're going to be able to make up that much time just because of oh, hey, there's the bow. He did know where it was after all.
So much for that.
But yeah, I mean, you would expect these two to be finishing right around the same time. It's Escape. They've been through this a billion times, so. Hey, don't let everybody tell you that the hints are wrong, because that hint was dead on.
Yeah, I mean, if this isn't proof that whatever Uncle tells you at the start of each seed is true, then I don't know what is.
And let's see, with a couple bombs in the chest there. Means they don't have to hunt for those in the beginning.
And that's always nice for backup escape. I mean, with boots, you don't really care all that much, but
yeah,
having bombs is still better than not having bombs.
Exactly. While we're going through escape here, big shout out to our 2 trackers today. They're doing the hard work. We get to do the easy work. Don't let anybody ever fool you. The tracking is the hard work. Hits
Yeah,
you
the
there with
unsung heroes of every restream.
Exactly. So we've got Clear Mouse, and I'm just going to say Sarah because I'll butcher that name every single time. So they're going to be doing our clicking today. Much appreciated. Couldn't do it without you. I mean, literally couldn't do it without you because I'm not going to track it.
So we're down to Zelda Cell, both of them killing the ball and chain guard here. We can see azder ahead by 1 rupee. Significant difference, I'd say, this early in the game.
That's insane. I don't know. We're already 2.5 minutes in. I don't know if he can make that up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, yeah. Now we get to the boring part of Escape, which is going through the back. And I guess we got a couple minutes here. Just so everybody is aware, is everybody starting to slowly roll in to watch this match today. We did have a slight change in our schedule that we were planning on doing for the remainder of the basically what we're doing after this stream. So do stay tuned after this race is over, regardless of who wins. We are going to go ahead and do our Season 12 announcement, which is quite exciting. I don't know what is going to be on the agenda. Herfy, you don't know what's going to be on the agenda. Lazy Kid came up with the entire schedule and everything that's going to be happening on this. So we're going to see it for the first time at the exact same time.
Yeah, if you thought AI-generated, scripts to TV series or AI-generated pictures were good, just wait till you see an AI-generated Season 12 announcement.
Yeah, I've been told by top men that it should be interesting, but this also, I believe, was written on the back of a barroom napkin. And it gets slurred the further down you go, so we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting. I gotta say, props to you still, though, because it was quite hard to read everything after it's been soaked in milk.
That damn milk. Back to our race here. There was just a 20 in the cross room. We're approaching the back 3 chest. Don't think the map has shown up yet. Nice glove. And there's that burrito. And a shield. Stuff that, I'm sure that glove will be important. Let's put it that way.
That's not a bad haul coming out of Escape.
No.
We've already had the boots from the start, of course, and we immediately got the bow. We got a bottle. I think the only other thing they might wish for and might still find before it even becomes relevant is 100 rupees. But we still got the back of Blind's hut and the well, so there's plenty of opportunities to find some more rupees.
I wouldn't be shocked if we see a save quit from one of these two here real soon. Okay, so it's not coming from azder's side. I just look at knowing these two. Okay, I was thinking. Let's see, 5, 6, 4. So 2 red. We have a normal crystal at Desert, and 5, 6 is everywhere else. So what I was thinking on this with that early bow is I could definitely see both of these two. Whoa! I could see both of these two maybe doing a quick run over to Eastern to start, but well, that is interesting.
Well, we are seeing some divergence here, it looks like.
Yeah, actually, that's smart. I like this play on Hitsu's side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. Immediately checking King's Tomb, while azder is continuing the more quote-unquote normal route here.
$50. And there's the save quit. I bet he's doing it.
Sure looks like it.
Yep, he's heading to Eastern. Yeah, that's funny. He decided to do the Eastern. Oh, no, he's going south. He's just skipping Kakariko.
Okay.
I never fully understood this play. I kind of get it, but you got the bottle already. Like, the bottle would be the reason not to do it. I believe it was just $20 on the on Lumberjack today.
Mm-hmm.
So an interesting play. Again, I'm not sure why you wouldn't just do it, but again, both of these racers have been, let's just say, not opposed to doing some weirdness. and a skip here or there. So don't be shocked if Hitsu does a 40-minute Kakariko Village.
Azder getting a nice little tree pull here, 4 red rupees, bringing him right up to the 100 that he needs, so it doesn't really matter if he finds them now, but knowing this game, he'll probably pull a 300 somewhere here.
Probably. And let's see, he's just going to do south. Okay. So we got South Shore on one side, and we've got Thieves on the other. Yeah, you're probably hearing my my humidifier in the background. I apologize. I do not have a professional studio, okay? Give me a break.
Yeah, my microphone is probably also pretty noisy. You can usually hear my PC in the background, so we're both contributing to some noise
we're
pollution.
admins. We're not professionals, okay? You don't need to be a professional to do this job.
Do you know how far the microphone's away from my mouth with that neck?
I mean, it's way up there. So nothing so far on either side. Don't be shocked if you hear my cat at some point, too. And, yeah. We have, yeah, that was a fire rod on Hitsu's side earlier. And I was looking away. I didn't quite catch. Looks like just money in the well.
We did get powder, not that we can really use it for anything yet, but... Oh, and a hook shot in the Ice Rock Cave and a book
wow,
from the
okay.
Motion. What the...
That's... Wow, on both sides. Well, this... I'll say this. The Ice Rod Cave hookshot is going to be real interesting. Because if Moon Pearl shows up fast, you got to assume that's probably just going to say, screw it, we're going to skip it.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on... I don't know how Azder usually plays this. I'm sure he'll check the South Shore before long. But is he one to usually make the trip over to Ice Rock Cave? Probably more likely in casual boots than normally, but I don't know.
Some change of clothes, and then it looks like Hitsu's going to go... is Hitsu going to go straight to Kakariko, or is he going to go up the mountain?
That is a good question.
And the answer is, he's going up the mountain.
He might just be checking the Lost Woods first.
Could be.
Nope.
No?
Well,
Okay,
yep.
yeah, he's pulling a... Okay, he's gonna go and check Lumberjack, too. Mushroom. Nice little mushroom over on the... over on Azder's side.
That was only a red rupee here in Lumberjack Cave.
And nothing on the race game today. So, okay, this is what Hitsu did yesterday as well, although it was a little bit after. He is going to go ahead and go up the mountain. With hookshot in tow, I like this a lot. I like this a lot more with hookshot than I would without it and just going up there to do it.
Yeah, it is out of logic because he does not have the lamp, but of course it doesn't necessarily matter. We see Azder here. I thought he was going to do South Shore. He decides to use the warp portal here first.
Yeah, interesting. He's going to go and turn this mushroom in hard. That was, by the way, a really nice bonk there to set that up. You could do that with bombs as well, but with boots, why not? You just go ahead and do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is just... I mean, he's not even going to save scum this because there's no reason to. He's already got the powder. Just a heart from the old man.
He is almost at Zora, me.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
Hello!
nice.
Okay, that's nice. So that's going to pay off. Very interesting the way these two are... They're doing the right. They're both finding stuff. Now, Azder's not done South Shore yet, which means he has not gone... You know, his opportunity to get that hook shot is still out there.
Yeah, but he is making the Eastern play now that we were suspecting of.
Nice.
Nice jump in there, just making sure. That we can
Hey, is
fly
this a
over that gap
hole?
Who hasn't this happened?
It's all happened.
You know, right? Everyone knows that happens, but it's still funny to see.
Wow, that is the earliest mirror shield I think I've ever seen.
That's crazy to get the mirror shield
outside
that
of
early.
ludicrous speed, yeah.
And we also have the blue mail already that Azder got from... Where did he get it?
That was Lazy Kid had that.
Right, Lazy Kid had that with the bottle.
Yeah, he's taking a tiny little breather right now between matches.
Yeah, making that presentation took a lot out of him.
I'm sure it did. He had to get at least 3 naps in, and we got a hammer. So hammer with included with this, he's probably going to go ahead and just do Hera, regardless of fire sword or not, a fire source.
I mean, he does have the fire rod, right?
Oh, all right, sorry, he's the one that has fire rod. My bad. I'm sorry. He actually does have the fire rod.
So, I mean, at this point, it's looking pretty good for Hitsu. Obviously, you know, we're 12 minutes in.
We're 12 minutes
stupid
in.
To say this, but...
Well, remember, we said this yesterday, too, so for those spoilers incoming, plug your ears for the next 15 seconds if you haven't seen Game 1 and you want to. Yesterday, you know, Azder did an early pod and Eastern dive, which netted him required Quake, hook shots, and... what was the other? There was 3 items. I can't remember what the third item was. It was Ice Rod, right. And then it turned out to be a pedestal seed, which then led Hitsu directly into all of those items right after it. And so, yeah, it's... early leads don't mean jack.
They definitely don't know. As we just saw on Aster's side, I mean, he is pretty much set for equipment as far as it goes. I guess you could still find silvers to top it all off, but, I mean, look at this.
That is, he's got Tempered Sword, he's got Blue Mail... and I'll be interested to see, is he going to go down and do the basement? He's going to forego that item. I mean, I'm not surprised. Knowing these guys the way we do, I'm not at all shocked, but we know that big key is there, so the chances are he's going to leave an item behind.
Yeah, certainly.
And this is not quite in logic yet, but it's a lantern or a flute away from being in logic. And of course, why not? Let's just give him a shovel. That is every fetch quest we have seen now.
Yeah, pretty much.
We get to fight a shifty snake. And a dead shifty snake. So...
good job.
Dungeon item here would be really bad. Oh!
Oh, man.
Well, okay. Now that's interesting. That's out of logic.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's very interesting.
It's also, you know, quite lucky that the 2 items in this
Yeah.
dungeon were on the boss and then that one chest.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 50-50 at that point, but...
yeah, of course.
But yeah, so... oh, Hitsu's... Is Hitsu gonna do this? I'm just waiting to see, is he gonna skip Spiral? No, he's gonna do it. Okay. We've seen that Spiral Cave skip, I don't know how many times. As we finish up in Eastern... over on Azder's side, he had to get the big key. It was a vanilla big key, so this is going to be a full clear for sure. Nothing out of Spiral, but the good thing is he gets to keep going. So he's going to be able to do Hookshot Cave, all of... oh, Azder accidentally shot that extra arrow. That's going to screw up his quick kill. He actually tried to recover it. It almost worked. And it looks like Ice, Pod, and Meyer.
Mm-hmm.
With I think it was Pod that was the green.
Yeah, Pod was the green pendant.
Yep. And we have our first dungeon down on Azder's side, and 1 dungeon down on Hitsu's side. So.
Now, one interesting thing for me is that we have both red crystals in the light world, and they, I mean, basically, you know, we have one of them already for Azder, and the other one for Hitsu, so they can both get them basically immediately.
Yeah. Now, an interesting thing here, we're probably going to see Azder go ahead. He's probably going to get a little bit fortunate here that the Moon Pearl is where it is. I can't imagine he's going to skip Ice Rod Cave here with what he's got. I'm very curious on those. Where is our access to Death Mountain, which almost says it's Agina's cave because there's not much left. Mm-hmm. Which means that's either going to be Flute. There's an ether. It's either going to be Flute or Lantern.
Well, what about desert?
Oh, that's right. We have Book out there, right? Because we have Book on one side. That's correct. Oh, that's actually going to push Azder away, isn't it? Is he going to do
for now? Yeah.
Is he going to do a 180? Or is he going to go right? He better go right. Okay, he's going right. He's in good shape then.
All right. Yeah, he does want to orphan this. Good choice.
Yeah.
Especially in this seat, obviously, but still, I mean, generally, I think it's better to invest the time to just check this and get it out of the way than come back an hour later and be like, oh well, oops.
Yeah, and Hitsu got a nice little smooch from the priest and then save quit because, hey. I'm guessing he's going to do hype route around.
Yeah,
or not. Oh, he's gonna check the shovel. Okay.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess you remember that.
Yep.
There's the workshop for Azder.
Yeah, he's going to set up a water walk. Yep. So, yeah, it's still very interesting. I mean, Azder's playing catch-up. Now, he does have... Remember, Hitsu has not been to Kakariko yet. So, he's probably thinking Flute or Lantern is going to be at Kakariko. And he's going to be surprised, because it ain't there.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. We haven't really seen the Zora area at all yet, have we?
No. So, yeah, I mean, we're basically looking at Agina. Agina, Zora, or Desert is going to be the logical progression here.
Oh yeah, that's right. Hitsu did the waterfall cave,
Yes,
but he didn't go back into the Zora area where Azder is right now.
Right, he left.
Makes sense.
Yeah, he left and went and continued forward.
Sweet Bugnet over there on the ledge. I kind of doubt we're going to see
I doubt we're going to see that Bugnet today. Yeah, just 10. Okay, so we're looking down in the desert area for that progression. Now, I have to assume Azder's probably just going to say, screw it. And he is. He's going to go ahead and go up north. He's probably going to do Kingstoon first, but... Again, Hitsu's playing a little bit of catch-up here, getting the items that Azder's already got.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's going to find a couple of good things, but nothing that really hampered his progress so far, so... I don't think he'll feel too bad about doing Kakariko this late. Yeah, no, and it's actually going to end up being a slight advantage because of his information. He's going to know the Flute or the Lantern is going to be down in the desert area, unless I totally missed something. But I don't think so. So that's going to be really important information. Just the order that he got it, and that book there is probably going to push him down that way. I'm wondering, he might go to Dark World right away, right? He could. I guess it depends. It's like, do you care about getting a potential Flute? Yeah, that's fair. That's a good point. I'm always 50-50 on that because it could always just be the Lantern and who gives a damn. But it's kind of one of those situations. It's like, do you want to get the Flute? It does work to Hitsu's advantage here if he just immediately goes to Dark World, just because... he's going to be able to go... he has Fire Rod already, which means he can full clear Skullwoods. I mean, it's probably a very minor thing at this skill level, but if Hitsu goes into the Dark World right now, which he might, he's going to basically deal with everything forever with the Fire Sword. That's true, because, the other two swords are going to be out of reach. And then Azder's doing... so they're stepping on each other's toes here. We're seeing stuff that we've already seen. Now Hitsu will, if he has the option right now to check that powder. Not sure if he's going to. Funny enough, Azder decides to save quit. He's going down to desert. Okay, he's going to try to connect the dots here. All right. He wants to stay in logic. Yep, he's going to stay in logic here. Oh, come on. Hitsu. Come on, man. He's even got... No, okay, this isn't even up for debate. He has the Fire Rod, for shit's sake. Well, I mean... He's got the Fire Rod. It's Hitsu. What did you expect? Maybe he'll go there after TT. Killing me, Smalls. All right, so first item out of Feast down there is a dud.
All right, so this is what I've been interested to see, is if we're going to see the connection of the dots here on the right, and that is what azder is going to be doing. So this is going to be good. We're going to find out if it's just the worthless lantern, or is it actually the flute, which, again, we know that, like, he doesn't know that Meyer is a pendant. We do. But
Yeah, I don't think
it makes
he's
it
done
less...
He hasn't done a Dark World map check yet, has he?
No, he hasn't been in Dark World yet.
Oh, right. No, wait, he has. He's checked, like, Death Mountain and stuff in the dark,
He doesn't have... Well, he's been up there, but he doesn't have his Moon Pearl yet. He hasn't been to Hera.
Oh, you're talking about Azder.
Azder side, right. Yes. I'm sorry, I wasn't talking about Hitsu. No, Hitsu did a bunch of stuff up there. Didn't find anything, but... So, Agena was a dud. What's on the ledge? Ledge is... Okay, so we're looking... Desert's got a progression. That means that is a progressive book.
Alright, let's see what we find in Desert. I mean, as you say, it's kind of got to be the connector, right?
It almost has. Unless we miss something. It's got to be either Lantern or Flute in here. Now, if it's Lantern, it's Lantern. Yes, it's a nice thing to have. It's definitely not needed at this stage of the game. But if it's Flute, you can start getting some incremental gains on that. Or let's just say something's in the Mire Shed. Or, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Azder did turn in the Mushroom. That's where he got his Master Sword. So he got that, and then the Tempered was out of Eastern, so that's why he's got a 2-sword lead. One of those, obviously, Hitsu's going to get. The other one, maybe not, at least not anytime in the near future. So we're down to one item here.
Yeah, and the first item that we found couldn't have been more boring, so it's kind of interesting.
So, unless this is... No, it has to be... I guess it... No, not even the flippers do anything here. I'm trying to think if flippers doesn't really do much. I guess, yeah, it opens up Hobo. We haven't seen Hobo. They didn't sequence break Hobo. So I guess that does open up one. And
Alright, well.
Yeah,
it's going to be on the boss.
Yeah, it's going to... Well, I don't think... Did he check the torch? I thought he walked right by the torch. Maybe I missed it. He must have. He must have, because I missed... I must have... Wasn't paying attention then. Alright, it looks like Thieves Town is also a big old dud today. Yeah, Wallkicks is... I thought he skipped torch as well. That's a very...
That can't have been on purpose, though, if he did, right?
I can't imagine that was intentional, because he walks right by the door. It's going to backfire in a huge way if he opens this, or if he gets this last item and it's the map.
I mean, he'll know he'll have missed something, right? So he'll probably figure it out, but it'll cost him some time.
It's going to cost him a lot of time. Yeah, I can't imagine that's intentional. I mean, that would be the weirdest intentional skip I've ever seen. And Thieves Town is a dud. It's got a crystal, but no items. So we've hit our lull where things have slowed down a little bit.
Let's see, after checking the rest of Village of Outcasts, is he going to go north or south? Going south. Well, he hasn't done Hype Cave yet, and boy, Azder had some bad swings there with that fire rod. The land moles are being dicks. And it's the map. Okay, hopefully he realizes what he did, because that would be really bad. That will be exceptionally bad if he doesn't go back in and remember something.
I mean, I get sometimes skipping, the right side. He's going back. Okay, he's going back. Hopefully he doesn't. Jeez, that would be so awkward.
Yeah, that would have been very weird, especially considering what item it probably is.
I mean, it's flute, lantern, potentially flippers. And it's a flute. Okay, that's a huge find.
Yeah, you don't want to leave that on
You don't
here.
want to leave that there. It's not explicitly needed in this seed, but even if it's not and you turn it in right away, that's incremental gain. Okay, Hitsu's finally going up.
There we go.
It's just faster if you do it the other way. It's faster if you do it the other way. That's all I'm saying.
You'll make believers out of them yet.
No, I won't.
believe
No, I won't. They will fight it, kicking and screaming the whole way down. Yo, and as you're probably right in chat, he's probably just going to do this to save quits. He has not checked bumper, but without cape, you're a little less incentivized to do it. So, all right. So I have to assume Azur's got to go right back to Death Mountain. Yeah, and now he's going to go ahead and he'll find his moon pearl. So, I mean, Hitsu's got a little bit of a lead right now, just based off of clearing now. Azur's done 2 dungeons that Hitsu hasn't even touched yet. And they're both required. He just hasn't... Oh, I missed the pickup there. They're both required, it's just, when is he going to get over there?
Yeah, we'll have to see how it all works out. It's really kind of hard to tell with how different the paths have been for both of these guys.
Yeah, and the other thing, too, here is that Hitsu is going to be doing a Fighter Sword Moth fight. Obviously, it's Fire Rod, but it's still not the funnest fight in the world. He'll probably switch over to Hammer, which is not... You know, Moth can be a real dick, so that Hammer sometimes isn't quite as easy.
Yeah, it's definitely not a fun fight, and probably a lot easier once you have, at least Master Sword. Not even talking about the temperate that Azder has right now.
Yep. So, Bottle was the first item out of Skullwoods. Azder did just get his hammer. So now he's connecting the dots on logic. Oh, was that second item? 10 arrows to the front? Okay, gotcha. Sorry. I'd missed the first item. Well, that's actually good for Hitsu. That means he doesn't have to worry about getting the bridge chest. He can save quit immediately after killing Moth.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, now the question is what does Hitsu do? Does he play catch up and do the dungeons that, do the dungeons that he missed earlier, or what? What's he gonna do? Oh, now this is interesting. Ether was not checked because Hitsu did not have the book when he came up here, and he's gonna miss out on that heart container. We'll have to tell him when he's done that he missed that heart container. I'm sure he'll be just totally broken up.
Yeah, he'll probably be devastated.
Yeah, here we got the hammer. I'm actually, honestly, I'm a little... If he takes a hit or two... Never mind. Moth was very, very nice.
Yeah, that worked out very nicely.
And, okay, Azur's doing the same skip. It's going to pay off. We know this. He's doing the bomb setup as well. Nice setup. He's got it. Yep, and then Hitsu's doing the save quit. So, correct me if I'm wrong, Hitsu has not done... He has not done Dig Game. He hasn't done Hype Cave. Let's see if he does that, or if he goes to the east. Nope, he's going south. Oh, he's going way south. He's going to desert. I think he understands that flute might be down there. It's either going to be flute or it's going to be the lantern. Even if it's a lantern, he hasn't done pod. He hasn't done an eastern yet. Even though pod's a pendant, it's like I like this. I personally would probably do the same thing with a crystal dungeon, knowing that something is down here.
Yeah, I mean, and at some point you just kind of want to get it all back together, right? You want to go back in logic and figure out the stuff that you need to do and not just have a whole bunch of items and don't really remember where everything came from.
Yep, 100%. 100%, I agree. Now, the interesting thing about doing this is Hitsu's going to find the flute. And if he's incentivized to go turn it in right away, he then has the opportunity to do do Batman with powder, because he's got the powder. He also has the opportunity then to do dig game to hype cave. You know, he can do that route. So, yeah. He's going to have options here if he's going to be incentivized to turn that flute in, which I would assume he would. We're still only 30 minutes in. It's going to give him the time that he's going to spend into turning that in. He will get back.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell because it's really going to come down to what you value more. Do you just, go straight for all the dungeons? Because there's a lot of stuff we have access to and what we can do. Or do you just, clear up a bunch of overworld stuff? Theoretically, the Smith's Chain and everything is open as well.
Yeah, just pain in the ass.
Yeah, as always.
Yep, and there's his flute. So now Hitsu should understand what exactly that meant. I'm sure he did. And now we're just... both sides again are doing stuff that the other one has done, so we got a minute here to kick back. Herfy, are you having a drink on your side today?
I'm currently only drinking Coke Zero, as boring as it sounds.
Oh, that sounds so boring.
Yeah.
I'm having a passion fruit margarita today.
Oh, nice.
The hurricanes that I ordered have not shown up yet, and I'm a little pissed about it.
Oh, I can imagine. I assume they were supposed to show up before the weekend.
They're supposed to show up on Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
Because they're delicious.
Let's hope they weren't caught in a hurricane.
Ha ha! Ha ha! So, Azder's finishing up on his side. He doesn't have the ability... Oh, he's just checking Turtle Rock. Got it. He's seeing the good news that he has that medallion. Is he gonna try Spike Cave here? I don't think he can get through Spike Cave with this.
I only know that he has a green bottle, I think, but I'm not sure. Oh, he has a blue bottle? Okay.
He's got a... from... yeah, he just picked one up from Hookshot Cave. My bad.
Oh,
he just picked it up from
Okay.
Hookshot Cave. That's right.
Might as well, then.
Yeah, I forgot. I thought for whatever reason, I thought he just had a green, but yes. Alright, so, yep, switching over. Drink.
Hitsu, just finishing up his desert here and the desert area in general. Grabbing his next crystal. Yeah,
so despite what we're looking at here, we have 3 dungeons cleared on Azder's side. We have 4 dungeon clears on Hitsu's side. Beyond that, each side is basically checked what the other one hasn't. So we're kind of at that point again where they're going to start coming together once again. So it looks like Azder's going to go ahead and do the Hype Cave route. Hitsu's going to go ahead and turn in his flute, and then it'll be very interesting to see where he goes.
My assumption is that he's going to do Eastern, because it's another crystal he can easily clear.
You would think so, yeah.
And he's finally going to get a sword, too.
Yeah, he's finally get his Master Sword, yeah. Yeah, and it's going to be an interesting decision what Azder does. He does have the ability to do Pyramid Fairy. There's Cape. We have not seen Bumper Cave. And, yeah, and there's Flippers, okay. So, and saves quits. Interesting. I was not expecting that.
Nope. Where are we going? What did Cape and Flippers do to...
Nothing. I mean, Flippers opens up one spot in... But that's... interesting. Okay, so Hitsu's doing what I was thinking. He's going to go ahead and check Batman here. So, yeah, I mean, without Mirror, this is such an interesting decision. I'm very curious on where Azder's going to go. Okay, Azder's going to do the village checks now. So he's going to start catching up on the stuff that Hitsu's done. So now we're back on Hitsu's side. What is Hitsu going to do?
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good choice from Azder. I think those are 2 crystals you can grab with relative ease.
Right. However, and Azer's not doing it. I'm a little surprised, and this is all jokes aside, I'm a little surprised Azder did not go north to do Skullwoods first, because he has the cape, which means he could route that around, check Bumper, and then head into Village to do the other clears here. I'm a little surprised that he's just abandoning that play at the start. He has everything he needs for those dungeons and those checks.
Yeah, good question. We're
But,
getting a
again,
Meyer area check here from Hitsu.
I can't validate half the shit these guys do sometimes with their decisions. So
That is very fair, yeah.
oh, and I missed what that was. Let me see. Take a peek here. I couldn't quite see what that was. Was it ether? People are saying it's ether.
Alright, so we got the medallion that we want.
Yep. So we don't have to worry about medallions. Blaine Shed was a dud. And, yeah, he's going to go in bail here. I wouldn't want to go into Pendant Mire here either.
Yeah.
Which means Pendant Mire has the Ice Rod. Let's just acknowledge that now.
I mean, I have a feeling we're probably not going to get around a pendant dungeon visit one way or another, right?
It's pretty rare. Alright, Hitsu's finally going to go ahead and do Eastern here.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Makes sense.
Might as
It makes
well.
total sense. Which means, again, we know what each one's going to see here over the next couple of minutes. Ice Palace is looking pretty damn good.
I do wonder if anyone's going to bother with the Pyramid Fairy. Not that I really think it's going to work out in any sort of feasible way, but having those 5-6 crystals this early just always gives me this weird feeling.
Yeah, I do too. That's usually a play that I would like to do. I mean, neither one of them have done Pyramid Fairy, the Pyramid check, Catfish, those checks. So yeah, it's tough. I think this. I guess it comes down to, what do you want to do? Do you want to do overworld checks, or do you want to do Pendant Ice?
Yeah.
And that's really what it comes down to. Is like, neither one of them are really good decisions here. I am surprised Azder did not do it.
And then the question is, wouldn't you rather do Green Pendant Pod over Pendant Ice?
Probably. I would. Just because I love Pendant Pod. Yeah, especially in 1v1s, because it's usually a spot that's, Pendant Pod is usually a place that gets avoided early on. And then, of course, yesterday we saw it at like 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Ice Palace looks pretty damn good here, because Ice Palace has generally got something in there more times than not. But, yeah, it could go either way. They don't have Kane. Makes Pendant Ice a little bit less appealing. But what are we missing? We know where the flippers are at. Hitsu will get those flippers before long. We do need the mirror. We do need the cane. And we do need the Ice Rod.
Yeah, it's not too much that we're missing, but they're pretty integral items, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say the good news is, depending on the order that you find these items, like finding Mirror last. Go mode Mirror is pretty nice, because then you don't have to worry about Swamp. Swamp is always going to be a go mode. It also does eliminate overworld checks that you wouldn't normally want to do, like Graveyard Ledge, K45, shit like that is just like kind of annoying to do once you've already cleared the other things. That being said, this is rando, which means it's going to be a go mode ice rod. It's going to be in like Mimic Cave, and the mirror is going to be at like Laser Bridge.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be the first time, right?
I actually saw that recently. I was involved in that race.
Yeah, so, I mean, nothing's too weird for rando, really, if you think about it.
I'm not cursing the seed. I'm just relaying data. Data says the Ice Rod's place that it is the most over any other spot in the game is Mimic Cave. It's just truth. It's data. All right, Azder is finishing up his Thieves Town. So are we even on? Oh no, he hasn't done Skullwoods yet. So we're almost even on dungeons here. Well, we're even for about 6 more seconds. And now we're not even again. Alright, Azder's going to go ahead and do the south checks. So there's only 2 checks down here to do because he did hype and then save quit. So that's race game and Stumpy if he decides to continue south.
Mm-hmm.
And now, big choice here. What? Oh, sorry. Hitsu hasn't done Sahasrahla yet. Then we get to see an interesting decision because he's got Pendant Dungeon, Pendant Dungeon, Pendant Dungeon, and Overworld.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm really curious to see what he goes for.
Yeah.
I have a feeling he might prefer to go into dungeons, but who really knows?
Hitsu's more of a dungeon diver. I would assume he would choose a dungeon. He would either choose pot or ice here. And, okay, and Azder is doing these checks, which is good. Because this is one piece of information we haven't seen yet, and it's just a piece of shit.
I'm not gonna
Oh, heart. I'm sorry, piece of heart. My bad.
I mean, it works out to be the same in the end.
It's pretty much the same, yeah. Hitsu's going to go and do his hype cake now. So he'll get his flippers. Again, they don't open up a lot. We'll see if Hitsu does what we thought Azder was going to do.
Mm-hmm. I kind of don't think he's going to save and quit out of Hype Cave because that was kind of strange, but
that was
who knows?
strange. That was really strange. I mean, if there's an item on Pyramid, Azder's not getting that anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like I missed because we've already seen this. Did Azder do? And did he do his front checks? I didn't think he did.
I don't.
And Chad is confirming. Yeah, so he did not do those front chests. Okay, so he's gonna have to go back in at least to get that second item.
All right, and I'm gonna assume that with the Pyramid and Pyramid Fairy checks, we might also see a Quakefish.
I would guess it's probably the best time to do it. You can get to pod anytime.
Mm-hmm.
Is he gonna do dupe? Nope, he's not gonna do the dupe. He's gonna do it the old-fashioned way. So this is gonna cost Azder a little bit of time because he is gonna be forced to do. He'll do the bridge chest, and then he's gonna either have to do a death warp or run back out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's our last sword.
And there's our last sword, yep.
Considering he wasn't Fighter Sword for so long,
And it's gotta feel
seeing in
good.
my head now, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's gotta feel good. And Pyramid Fairy is nothing.
Nope, that was nothing for sure.
So that's other than Butter Sword, it's kind of a wasted check. Now, does he go north or does he go? He's going to pod. Azder's kill here on Moth would be slightly cleaner if Moth wasn't being a dick.
Yeah, Moth Corporation, we're one-sided today. As you already said, this is going to cost Azder some time. I think it'll cost him a very tiny amount of additional time finding the big key here. Because he's probably going to check the big chest, which he doesn't need to.
Yeah. The big loss is going to be doing what he's going to do right now, which is going to go back in to get that chest item, which we know is a dud. It's probably a small key. Because then you got a death warp, and death warping with 11 hearts and blue mail, it's probably faster to run out.
Probably, yeah.
Alright, we're finally seeing new shit. Pod is being checked.
The green pendant pot, don't really fault him. 5 items in here and a green pendant that you can turn in pretty much right away. Assuming you find the mirror in here, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, Azder just bailed. Did you see that?
Yeah, Azder's just like, yeah, no, I'm not walking out of here.
Wow. I mean, it's a huge time sink. I mean, there's a lot of time into that, and we know that it's a good play. But wow, that takes some cojones.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I definitely get it. You know, you're like, all right, either it's in the front and I lost, or I made a great decision and saved myself a lot of time.
Exactly. So. And this is our first hobo check at 47 minutes.
Oh,
well,
boy.
I
don't know why, but I had a feeling this was going to be something. Volcano Samaria, that's, that kind of... I'm wondering, is this going to be an Ice Palace thing?
I think Ice Palace is looking a shit ton better than it was about 30 seconds ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm proven wrong once again.
Here's a Lampet Pod.
Is he going to do Pyramid Fairy now?
Yeah, maybe.
No, he's going to do Stumpy? Okay, this is Stumpy and...
Stumpy and Dig Game, I guess?
Can't... Again, I'm not even going to try to make sense of shit, because it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know, but sure, why not?
I'm not... Yeah, I'm not faulting either one of these guys for the choices they're making. Obviously, their choices have paid up till now, so... And... Okay, and no Dig Game. I guess Dig Game... I got nothing. Herfy, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm having a lot of fun watching this. I don't think I would normally see this in any other matchup, so, I'll take
this is interesting. This is real interesting.
It's, yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see Azder, unfortunately, showing us what Hitsu just showed us. He'll probably be happy about the fourth sword, but nothing new for us. I'm curious to see how this pod play is going to work out, and especially what Azder is going to do. Is he going to go into pod, or is he going to go up to Quakefish?
Yeah, I mean, Catfish right now is the one kind of isolated check. Beyond that, we're pendant dungeoning right now. And yeah, he's going to say screw the screw butter sword, don't need it. Yeah, I'm not going to try to make sense, because this play made sense 10 minutes ago on Azder's side. It doesn't make as much sense now. Now, okay, he is going to do Catfish, though. So this is huge. Mirror on Catfish would be astronomically huge.
I mean, the hobo play already worked out exceptionally well for him with that cane.
Right, but there's a good chance I think there's nothing behind it. I mean, unless there's progression inside of Turtle Rock. Or on Vidi or something like that, there's probably no progression behind it, so...
I mean, who knows, if the Ice Rod is really in Mimic Cave, as you say.
I mean, that's where it is. It's generally where it is, so... Alright, big check here, big check. And a whammy. Wah, wah.
Yeah, the second out of the way check didn't quite pay off as much as the first one with Hobo.
Yeah, so... I mean, he does have an item advantage here. He has all the dungeons. I mean, if you look at our dungeon count, they're even on dungeon. Hitsu's doing a pendant dungeon right now. Hitsu's done a few more overworld checks, and Azder is doing one of them right now. The question is does Azder dip Mire, which... From what we know, would probably be a good play. And Ice is just sitting there.
As always.
Yeah, now the good thing about Ice, at least for Hitsu's side, if he's going to go do Ice, he's going to check Hobo first.
Yeah, most likely, right? He's not... Well...
He should. He's on the right. You could also just flute to 8 and just do it that way, but I would just start at 4... check it, and then go down and do it. That's what I would do.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're just going to see, he's going to come out of one of these dungeons, or maybe in this case out of Sahasrala's hut, and then he's just going to flute to 8 and go to Ice Palace.
Very possible, very possible. And we are seeing the Mire play here. So 2 items. It is a normal pendant. We don't know what Pet has got. Yesterday was a Pet seed. Why not? Keep in mind, Lazy Kid did not roll these seeds. He would never roll anything so evil as 2 straight Ped seeds.
I can't really tell you why, but I don't like this Mire play.
It's, he's there, and he's running out of spots to check. because
Yeah.
it's he's got 3 pendant dungeons left, and
I
that's
know,
it. And Pod looks like, unless that green pendant pays off, Pod looks like a dud.
Yeah, Pod looks like not the right choice, so maybe, once again, I'm wrong, Azder's right.
So we've got, I have to assume he's going to want to turn that in almost immediately. Oh, well, at least he's $1 richer.
Yeah, that's something. Okay, what are we doing? Okay, we're fluting away.
It's got a
That
flute
makes
to
sense.
5, right?
Oh.
What?
Are we going into
Oh, that was a
mire?
miss
Nope,
flute.
well, okay.
Yeah, he meant to flute to 5. Where was Lamp at? Was the Lamp in Pod? Did I miss that?
Yeah, the lamp was in Pod,
Okay.
but relatively early on.
Got it. Okay. I'm drinking, so lay off me. All right, so we got a just bomb. So Pod, oh, he tried to blow up Sahasrahla.
Oh no,
That's mean.
terrorism.
Okay, now he's going down to Meyer.
Alright, I guess we're also doing Meyer on Hitsu's side, I guess.
Is he afraid of doing... I have to assume that the reason behind this here is... And it's just half magic, so this is a dud as well. It's an ice. You know what? Change that. I'm going to say one thing. If it's a race game, I'm going to laugh my ass off.
So,
If
I think we saw a race game from
Or
someone.
I'm sorry, not dig game, not race
Dig
game.
game,
Sorry,
right,
dig
right,
game.
right.
Yeah. If Jem is watching, yeah.
I think Hitsu probably is doing this before Ice because he doesn't have the cane.
The cane. It's the cane. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it should. I mean, it has to be, right?
I would assume so, yeah. So if I were to judge based off of the knowledge that we have and what we assume is going to be an Ice Palace, Azder's probably ahead by a couple of minutes. Because it's gonna take Hitsu a couple of minutes to get his 2 items out of here, and then he's gonna bail.
Yeah, I would say so too. I mean, if it's in here in Ice Palace, which we're all assuming it is, then Azder is going to grab it and just, leave probably as soon as he has it, right? He's
I
not
would
going to
assume
full
so,
clear
yeah.
this probably.
Yeah, because the only other thing now on the agenda, now you could do Ice Rodless Turtle Rock at this point, but that's a Death Mountain climb for an unsure dungeon that you cannot clear, except that we know that Ice Rod's up there because it always is. But yeah, it's one of those plays that it's like you don't want to do it unless you have to do it.
I mean, to be honest, I really wouldn't be surprised if Azder finds whatever it is that we're finding in here, the mirror, for
Like
example.
that mirror right there. I mean, that's probably a good item to find.
And, well, I guess we're going to keep looking, which I don't really fault him for. I guess
No.
if you're already here, you might as well.
The next
try.
2 checks are really fast.
Mm-hmm. So, I wouldn't put it past either Hitsu or Azder to just go straight into TR and be like, alright, well, my Ice Rod's probably in here or in the cave.
I 100% agree. 100% agree with you. Because I would do Swamp. You gotta do Swamp first, of course. You do Swamp.
Yeah.
Oh, Hitsu, don't do it. Don't do it, Hitsu. He's doing it.
Oh, boy.
This is going to set Hitsu back another minute or so, because he's going to go through the cutscene, both of these rooms, and then he's got to come back around.
Mm-hmm.
So 30 to 45 seconds, probably so. That's item number 2 on Azder's side. And looks like... And that's when he decides not to check the asshole chest. Don't really blame him at that choice, because if you're going to do that, you're also going to do Cold Stare.
Yeah,
I don't think you do one without the other in that phase. If you're going to commit, you're going to commit the whole way.
Right, at that point you might as well just finish it, and I don't blame him for leaving either. We're going to go right in the swamp, full clear that, maybe. It depends really on if we just happen upon the Ice Rod in there early on. We're probably not going to full clear it.
Right. So, I mean, Hitsu does have a little bit of time potential to make up there, but We are an Ice Rod Go. I fully expect this to be... I'm going to check every chest on the way, but screw left side.
Didn't they both skip left side yesterday?
Trying to think.
Or at least one of them?
Don't remember.
Alright, I'm hearing yes from chat.
Okay. Yeah. Alright, so here's item number 2. So, Hitsu's done. So, yeah, we're looking at about 2.5 minutes. Depending on what Hitsu does, you have to... Oh, no. Hitsu. He's doing it. He's making Turtle Rock.
Is he really, though? He doesn't... What is he doing in there? He doesn't have the cane.
Wait. Is he in Spike Cave?
He's doing Spike Cave?
Yeah. What? Okay. Okay. I mean, that's fine. You do you. Has to be Spike Cave. Yeah, I'm like... That didn't make any sense. Yeah, because he doesn't have the mirror. There's nothing else he can do here. Well, he really does not want to go into Ice Palace without Kane.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, what are the chances he checks Hobo? Unless he's already on his way to Ice Palace, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you save quit at Link's house, and it's en route.
Right. But with the flute in hand, you're probably safe quitting to the old man, grabbing your smooch.
Yep.
Flute night.
We'll see where he starts, and that's probably not good for Hitsu.
He might check Hobo on the way out of Ice Palace.
Straight to 8. Well, he does. Well, he'll have the mirror then, so he could do it. So here's kind of, I think, let's summarize. Oh, he's.
Oh,
okay, well,
he's doing it.
He's doing it, not the way that I would have expected him to do it. This is a lot slower than just starting at 4, but he is doing it. So this is going to pay off a little bit. Especially if he just finds... Especially
now,
if he...
Hey, answer me this. Sorry for interrupting you, but he finds the cane now. Does he immediately flute back up Death Mountain or save and quit?
I was thinking about that. I don't think so. I think you go to Ice, but... Oh, shit. What's doing?
No, he's going back.
Oh, never mind. We have go mode, ladies and gentlemen. There's our Ice Rod.
Oh, there we go. All right.
So... Azder's ahead by about 2-ish minutes, I'm going to say. 2.5 minutes. However, he can gain a lot of that time back, Hitsu can, if he gets a mirror and just bails.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. What do you think the chances are that Hitsu gets a mirror and just goes, all right, I'm done, thanks?
Yeah, if he just bails as soon as he gets his mirror, goes straight to Swamp, it's about, again, like 2.5 minutes. Because it is in the first check here. I'm sorry, not in the first here. It's the second. It's the one after, yeah.
After the cheating, the blatant, obvious cheating.
Ice cheaty. So if you are rooting for a game 3, probably getting lucky here. We're on pace for that. There's still a lot that can happen. We're in the hour mark here. Keep this in mind. Once again, I want to mention this. When this match is over, do not go away. We're going to take a 2-minute breather, and then we will be right back. And we're going to talk a little Season 12. Get to see... All right, the choice is... What's he doing? Oh, he changed to it, but he didn't do it. He's going to check at least these next 2 chests. Okay. Which, again, I think is smart.
Yeah, I mean, you're right there, and if for any reason the Ice Rod is in one of these, why would you screw yourself?
You insta-lose the moment you do that, yeah. So this is going to set him back a little bit, so now it's more... We're +3 territory now on time. So, it's going to come down to GT routing, unless there's a massive interruption with something here. All right, that's item 2. Yeah, hits his leaving. Yeah. All right, so we're looking... He's a full diver down swamp behind, so we're looking 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, Aster definitely in a little bit of a lead here. Just about to enter his last crystal dungeon.
Yep. There's so little that could go wrong between now and GT, except for maybe the weird 2 or 3% of the small key being required in the big chest. I mean, that's a thing. It is a thing.
Yeah, I mean, unless there's some kind of freak death for one reason or another that's not expected or something, it's
Yeah.
going to be rough to make up the time purely on execution and, repeating the steps that Aster already did, basically.
Yep. Yeah, and again, I mean, there's a chance that we get a little bit of GT routing change, but probably. I think they both did the same route yesterday, so they're both probably going to do the same route today.
Yeah, I mean, let's say I don't think anyone's going to pull out a surprise tile room.
Probably not. No. Oh god, I'd be shocked. Yeah. I don't think either feels specific, like especially good where they're at, especially Hitsu because he did a full pod that ended up with nothing. Azder might be feeling okay. I mean, he is go mode in Turtle Rock at 203. So, he's looking at, a 110 and change, 115, somewhere in that range, depending on where the GT Big Key is. But, so he's probably okay. I think Hitsu's probably feeling a little bit back, just because he picked the wrong pendant dungeon twice.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Aster really hasn't done anything that wasn't useful except maybe for Meyer.
Yeah, and he got to skip some overworld too. He double dipped some areas of overworld where he went back and did a few things, but so it wasn't efficient. But he did also, again, he skipped a lot of things that Hitsu did already.
Yeah.
We'll get to see a nice, short but not short Turtle Rock. A Gomo Turtle Rock. Yeah, and again, I will say this is the logic that we're seeing here is there is a chance, and again, it's a very small chance, that the small key in the big chest is needed. It's very, very rare. But considering that we only have the minimum amount of keys up front, it is possible.
You think Aster is gonna skip the big chest?
Absolutely.
Really? Okay.
Is
that a thing?
It's such a small percentage that you pretty much have to go for it. I mean, I'd be pretty surprised if he went around for it, but that means he's probably going to because I haven't been right about anything.
I mean, I don't know. You're probably right, especially concerning the data, but I always feel like I don't want to make that gamble.
Yeah. Yeah, we figured this out a couple of years ago. It's like between 2 and 3% of the chance of it being in that chest. Solsky would know if Solsky was here.
Yeah, okay. It's always because usually I say a turtle rug, like a go mode turtle rug, is you can maybe skip laser bridge if you're lucky with the small keys.
Right.
But I suppose you could also skip the big chest.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it only backfires if there's a small key in both the lava chest and the big key chest. That's the only way it backfires. Hitsu's doing his as Azder's going through. Oh, he's in the dark, though. I mean, God, I can't imagine he knows how to get through this.
Oh, no. How will he ever? To be fair, his red mail isn't really helping him a whole lot here. The firebar's taking off the hearts like nothing.
Alright, so there's 5 chests left to open. One of them will have a small key, and it's going to be here. I wouldn't be too worried about it. 4 chests left. It's going to be here. Of course it's going to be here. 3 chests left. It'll absolutely be here. There's no worry whatsoever. See?
Ta-da!
You gotta wonder. Usually when I get through 2 chests and it's not there, the sweat starts to come a little bit. It's just like, yeah.
Did I miss something? Did I forget a key
It's
somewhere?
like, is it there? Is it really going to be there?
Alright, so basically, as azder is making his way over to Trinex, Hitsu is making his way up to Turtle Rock. So he's pretty much a whole Turtle Rock behind, I'd say.
Yeah, yeah. So we're looking 3-ish minutes, between 3 and 4. A Turtle Rock is just one of those dungeons. You don't gain much, so you just don't gain a lot from go moding it.
Yeah, it's hard to make uptime in here, really.
So yeah, we're down to GT routing for the most part, or just something weird happening with Ganon.
Yeah, I mean, never rule it out, but right now it's looking like azder is sitting on a relatively comfortable lead.
Yeah, yeah. Again, we're pushing 3-4 minutes in that range. Probably it's closer to 4, but yeah, nice clean Trinex kill, and we're heading over to GT. Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention when it was roughly 7:30 when azder picked up his crystal.
Yeah, something like that. We can almost high-five each other at the entrance.
Yeah.
Hitsu was a little late.
So unless the big key is in a weird spot and one of them decides to divert, it's just execution up GT. Yeah, I can't imagine either one of them making a, oh, I'm going to go ahead and do tile room now. No one's doing tile room.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if we see anything crazy. As I said, unless there's some kind of unexpected death or something super insane.
Yeah, azder's got a comfortable lead. So again, you guys wanting a game 3, I got good news for you. You're in pretty good shape. If there is a game 3, it'll be tomorrow, same time. It's 3 o'clock Eastern time. And it'll be right here. And once again, I did mention this earlier, but anybody that's that's watching right now, don't go away when this is over. We'll go ahead and we'll bring both of them in for comms if they or post games if they want to do post games, and then Herf and I will reset the stream really fast. We'll be right back. It'll be like 10 seconds later. And after a couple-minute break, we will bring you our Season 12 announcements, including the schedule and a few other nice little tidbits.
Yeah, excited for that.
And I need to get a refill.
Of course.
And I got to feed my cats. I have an anxious cat here that's been pestering me for an hour now.
Cat needs food. I can definitely relate.
No big key yet.
Yeah, nothing too exciting happening right now anymore, really. Just looking for that big key.
Just looking for the key.
As always at the end. Coming up a good old rando room.
His is doing the same thing. There's just no way that you even consider going to that chest.
Man, that left side really not paying off for azder there.
No, and there's so many different ways to route GT. If Wayne were here right now, he'd be pulling his hair out. Just got to be a little careful. He is almost out of magic here. And just like that, likely he's got those greens from earlier. You know, Itsu's probably feeling a little bit of pressure right now. It's like you gotta assume he's feeling some pressure.
I would assume he's probably taking a peek here and there at the race room.
Yep.
You know, wondering about if the dun is coming in or not.
So yeah, and I think it was 7:30. So yeah, Hitsu definitely lost a bit of time here in this Turtle Rock as well. He's gonna be 5 minutes plus behind going into GT, and it looks like we've got a right side. We do have a right side key here, so if you're looking for Hitsu to make up some time, there was a key in Hope Room.
Yeah, this is the chance for him. If he decides to stick with the right side, he will definitely make up some time.
He'll make a ton of time.
Not sure if it's going to be enough. Probably not just from that, but it'll definitely make it a lot closer.
It'll definitely make it closer. It's like 3 minutes he'll probably make up here, unless it's Tyler Room, and then yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Alright, 4 chests to go, 3 chests to go. Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Ah,
there we are.
So that is Hitsu's opportunity to make up time. He's going to be 5 minutes and change behind based off the crystal pickup here, so yeah, he can make up some time, but even if he does do that, Azder's still going to be ahead. Just overall here.
Yeah, and I mean, there is a tiny difference between the Butter and Tempered Sword on Ganon, but, if there's still silvers to be found, they're probably both going to get them, so that's not going to save them any time.
I cannot imagine either one of these two are going to open a single chest on the way up.
Yeah, I mean, exactly, right? So I think that boat's, out of the port at this point.
So yeah, it's a little bit over 5 minutes at this point. So for Hitsu to have a chance here, he absolutely has got to go.
No, okay, he's starting out left.
It's left. He's going to lose a little bit of time on this, but he's probably going to blame route this.
Probably.
I would assume he's going to. That will gain him a little bit of time, but just not as much time as he would need to make it super close here.
Mm-hmm.
I have to assume he's going to mirror out. And Azder's doing just fine. That Gauntlet 3 took a little bit of time. They were kind of being dicks, but... Yep, and yeah, Hitsu is leave. So he's going to gain a little bit of time back here. So he still needs Azder to make a fall or a death or something here.
Yeah, there'll definitely need to be some craziness happening for this to balance out in a way.
Yep. So, Azder's through. Going up to floor 5. So Hitsu's going to be he's going to be 4 floors behind going up, because Azder will be basically getting up to floor 6 by the time that Hitsu starts going up.
He's going to go from being a full Turtle Rock behind to being basically a Gauntlet behind.
Yeah, so we're looking at 3 minutes and change probably, or 2.5 minutes, depending on how well he executes. Azder's Gauntlet was good. He had a couple of rooms that were not fantastic. I'm sure he'll say that, but still significant here. We're a Ganon Death Plus.
I think we should keep talking about things things that take a length of time in relation to what they're doing, because people, and especially Twitch chat and SG, has already taken it amongst themselves to talk about anything that happens at the end of the game in terms of Ganon falls. This is going to take at least 7 Ganon falls.
Well, no, I think what this really comes down to is Azder is probably about a half of escape ahead.
See, I like that. You could say he's about 3/4 of a Misery Mire full clear ahead.
There you go. He is exactly 1.2 smithies ahead.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one.
Speaking of being ahead, he is actually Ezra is considerably ahead here. He is heading into Aga 2.
Yeah, here we go with the Aga 2 fight. Let's see. Both of them gonna get, of course, the same RNG. As far as the balls are concerned.
Oh,
having a little trouble there.
a little bit of trouble there. This one will be at least an easy single. Uh-oh. He's now 1.1 Smitty's ahead.
He's losing his Smithy bonus.
Not a great Aga 2. Wow, that was a 5 cycle, I believe.
Alright, there we go. Finally.
Did get him down. Have to kill us a pig. I mean, Hitsu's made up time here. He definitely has.
He has, yeah, for sure.
I mean, no one has ever fallen to Ganon when it's mattered. Ever. It's never happened.
Yeah, I've never heard of that before.
Oh, wow.
Man, Hitsu.
Hitsu got real lucky there.
That could have been pretty catastrophic.
That could have been bad. I think he still has a blue. Oh no, he used it. He used it in Spike Cave, didn't he?
Oh,
no, he didn't. He didn't. He had blue cave.
Oh, right.
So I guess he still would have been fine. But Azder's pushing through to phase 3. This is kind of when it gets a little bit trivial, and then it's just doing his thing here.
Still, I mean, if you think about it, it's pretty crazy with how much divergence there has been and how different the paths have been to still have it be this close at the end.
Yeah, I mean, it's good stuff. It really is. Again, we'll...
getting us a torch glitch.
Yeah, nice torch glitch. And again, I remind everybody, don't go far. We'll pull our runners in for post-games when they finish. And then we'll be having our ladder Season 12 announcement shortly after. Do not go far. We got, I think that's 5 hits, if I'm not mistaken. 5 or 6.
I haven't been counting, to be honest.
I'm just going to miss that triple, but I think that's 9. It's 10, so this should be the last phase. Unless that was actually 9. Oh, no, I'm wrong. It was 11. So get your GGs out there. We have a dead pig. That turned out to be a lot closer than it looks. He's just a Ganon behind.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, with how different this has turned out for both of them, to be this close is kind of crazy at the end.
Yep. And we got an official 1:19:43. That would be our unofficial time. GG to Azder. We've got a game 3 tomorrow. Gonna be pulling him in here for a post game here in just a moment.
Hitsu probably wants to finish out his Ganon fight. He's this close already.
Yeah, he probably will. Can't imagine he wouldn't. And Azder has joined us. GG.
Hello.
Hey there, GG's.
Forcing that game 3. So,
yeah,
go ahead.
Let me start out with the most general and most beloved question that every runner loves to hear. How did you feel about that seed?
It was... I like the seed. It was interesting. I made kind of a big mistake early game in going mountain, because the hook shot opened it out of logic. And after I did so, I realized the only thing that was actually in logic was desert, and it was full clearable with fire rod. And I should have done that instead, hoping for pearl, because like I don't want to hook shot over to East Death Mountain and not had pearl for Dark Death Mountain. I figured it was in desert. Then I forgot the torch, which is like a throwback. I mean, like I guess I thought I had checked it already. Yeah, it's kind of a throwback to my 17 tournament against Njembro, where I think they had actually just recently started randomizing the key on there, and I forgot that it was randomized, so I missed commits there. But yeah, I felt behind after those couple of mistakes. Flute was kind of maximum punishment, since it's much faster to just flute to the mountain instead of climb it normally. And I also knew that he might skip more things than he normally would, because he's up the game. So I felt pretty behind most of the seed, and I felt like I had to make something count.
Yeah, I think you kind of all both did the same thing, but you did them completely in different orders. For a lot of the time, we were just watching you two. You do something that he's already done, and then he do something that you haven't done for the, I'd say, 2/3 of this race. So you did very, very different routing, but you did also get a chance to avoid a few things that Hitsu did not. And speaking of which, he did just finish up his Ganon kill.
GG.
Yeah, GG's to Hitsu as well, of course.
Yep, Hitsu just finishing up.
We were saying here at the end, it's kind of crazy with how much divergence there was and how differently you guys did things to still have it be this close at the end. Yeah, it was definitely interesting to watch, and had some very, various lead changes, I would say, as is kind of the norm with a rando.
Speaking of which, Hitsu's in here. GG, dude.
GG's.
GG's.
GG.
So yeah, what? I'm not even gonna ask that question. Here's my question. All right, why did you not go to Skullwoods immediately? Why'd you go there after? Because I don't want to ask how the seed went.
I don't know, man.
I know. I'm just trying to make a different opener. What? So yeah, what do you feel about that one?
Yeah, I don't feel great because I did a lot of useless stuff, like completely pot. Yesterday, azder full cleared it, so I was thinking he is going there again, so...
I might have gone there again, but I
it.
played like absolute crap in the start of the game, and I was like, it's too obvious he's also going to go there, and if you were probably going to get to pot first, I felt behind.
Yeah, and the late Kane makes me go to ice instead of TR. If I had early Kane, I probably did TR 100% in this seed.
I was wondering if that might have happened or not. I felt like this race was either going to be very close or very far apart.
Yeah, I skipped a keg at the start when I found like mids immediately. I did King's Tomb save and quit it. Then I did South Shore, found the hook shot, and then I dashed from the waterfall to the mountain and had like the hammer and pearl before touching keg.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I missed the cane.
Yeah, and that was just what I was going to say there. Is like, again, you guys you shared things back and forth. And one person had one, then the other one found it. One person won. It seemed like you were avoiding Ice Palace specifically because you didn't have Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's kind of what it looked like. That's what we had assumed. So, yeah, and and unfortunately in your case, you did do a full pod clear. It's effectively you just did a pod full clear more overall than what azder did. That was kind of the difference there. You both did Mire for no reason, and it just came down to which pendant dungeon had it, and unfortunately you chose wrong twice. azder chose wrong once, and that was kind of it.
Yeah, it was also a good possibility for TR, I think. You have the early Kane with the things you get early on.
Yeah, we actually were wondering if either one of you two were going to decide after finding that Kane if you're going to, make that gamble of another climb up to Turtle Rock. That was before Mirror, of course, and before Ice Rod. But it was we were talking about is like either one of these two going to make that dive up. it's such a commitment, but
Yeah, I just went ice because the cane was so late,
Yeah.
and it was on a spot you get really easy with the boots.
yep, now it makes perfect sense. So, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think if there was anything else that really stood out. Again, it was kind of one of those things. You kind of all did the same thing. I think Hitsu, you're going to have maybe a 5 or 6 clear count advantage, something like that. But other than that, and maybe an overworld check, it was effectively the same clears, just very different ways of getting there. So, yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, I also played really bad, I think. Execution-wise, you could easily save here.
I mean,
Still like 3-4 minutes, I think.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I think we probably both did.
Also, a big difference that's probably not to be discounted is azder had, because he went into EP pretty early on and also got a sword from, where was that first sword?
it was a mushroom check.
Right, the mushroom check. So azder was on tempered sword relatively early in, and you did a lot, Hitsu, with fighter sword in the dark world and stuff, so that probably made a pretty big difference as well.
Yeah, I was thinking about Eastern also because it was 5-6, but then, I don't know, so many things were open.
Yeah, it's a guessing game. I mean, it is the game we play. So yeah. I guess we get a game 3 tomorrow, don't we?
Yeah.
So yeah, going for everything tomorrow. It'll be same starting time tomorrow. It'll be 3 p.m. Eastern time. Still need to work out some details on who's doing what tomorrow, but yeah, I mean, is there anything else you guys want to say about this one other than just we'll get to do it again tomorrow?
Yeah, only to thank you guys for the commentary. I will rewatch it, of course. Thanks for tracking, restreaming, and for the whole tourney.
Absolutely, no, much appreciated.
Yeah, thanks for the tournament. This format is pretty fun.
It's good format. It always has been. It's good for tournament too. So yeah, no, absolutely. And yeah, and again, you mentioned as well, big shout outs to our trackers. They did the hard work today. Clear Mouse and Sarah, they're the ones clicking the buttons behind the scenes. And they make our job easy because we get to sit here and just talk and drink. So yeah, it's great for us. So once again, GG to both of you. It'll be great to watch tomorrow. So again, anybody out there watching, tune in tomorrow. 3 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be doing it one last time. It'll be our finals, the final match of this event, and yeah, we'll take it from there. So, again, GG to both of you, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, GG's and good luck tomorrow to both of you.
See you tomorrow.
See ya tomorrow.
Great, thanks everyone. And for everybody else watching, sit tight. We're gonna go offline. And then we'll be right back in about 30 seconds. And then it'll be about a 5-minute delay. And then we will get our Season 12 announcement going. So don't go too far. Give us about 5 minutes to get things set up. And I got to feed my cat before she rips out my jugular. So yeah, thanks everyone. Sit tight. We will be right back.